Let me be brutally honest with you. ChatGPT-5 isn't just another AI model update. This is the moment when OpenAI finally got their act together and gave us what we've been begging for since 2023. One model, one interface, one system that can actually handle everything you throw at it without making you wonder which GPT-0 model to use for what. I've been testing GPT-5 for the past month, and I can tell you right now, if you're still using Claude or switching between different AI tools for different tasks, you're about to feel pretty silly. Because GPT-5 just became your one-stop AI employee, and I'm gonna show you exactly how to turn it into the most productive member of your life. But first, let me show you just how different GPT-5 really is from everything that came before. Let's start with the basics. If you're completely new to this, head over to chat.openai.com, sign up, but here's the first thing you need to understand about GPT-5. The free tier is basically a demo. After some time, some messages, you can hit a limit, which is enough to test the waters, but nowhere near enough for serious work. The paid tier, it's $20 a month for GPT-5. Plus, if you're planning to use this for business, that subscription pays for itself. In the first hour, you get unlimited messages, almost priority access to new features, and most importantly, you get the full power of GPT-5. Now let's look at the interface. If you use GPT-4, you'll notice immediately that OpenAI cleaned up the mess they created with all those different model versions. No more choosing between GPT-4, GPT-4 Turbo, GPT-4o, or whatever other variants they had floating around. GPT-5 is just GPT-5, and it handles everything: thinking, instant, pro, etc. The interface is clean and simple. You have your chat window in the center, a sidebar on the left for conversation history, and at the top, you'll see some key features that weren't available before. File uploads work seamlessly, and you can drop in documents, spreadsheets, images. Here's where most people immediately mess up. They open GPT-5, type something like, "help me with marketing," and wonder why they get generic, useless responses. That's because they're prompting like amateurs. Let me show you the difference. Here's an amateur prompt. Write me a blog post about productivity. Watch what happens when I send this. The response is generic, forgettable, and sounds like every other AI-generated content on the internet. Now watch what happens when I use a professional prompt structure. I will type this: "You are a productivity consultant with 15 years of experience helping executives optimize their workflows. Write a 800-word blog post about time management for remote team leaders." The audience is C-level executives who manage teams of 10 to 50 people. Use data from recent studies, include 3 specific actionable strategies, and write in a direct, no-nonsense tone similar to Harvard Business Review articles. Structure it with clear subheadings and bullet points for easy scanning. See the difference? The second response is specific, actionable, and actually useful. That's because I gave GPT-5 everything it needed to produce quality output. Raw, task, context, constraints, and format. This is the golden rule of working with GPT-5. Garbage in, garbage out. The quality of your output is directly proportional to the quality of your input. Master this principle, and GPT-5 becomes incredibly powerful. Ignore it, and you'll get the same generic responses that make people think AI is overhyped. Let me show you another example. I'll upload this CSV file with sales data from last quarter. Now I'll prompt GPT-5, analyze this sales data and create a visual summary. Identify the top 3 trends, highlight any concerning patterns, and suggest 2 specific actions the sales team should take next month. Present your findings in a format suitable for a board presentation. Look, I've just shown you the power of professional prompting with GPT-5, but here's the reality. Most people will watch this video, get excited, "Yoo-hoo, AI," and then completely mess up their prompts the next day. That's because knowing the theory and actually applying it consistently are 2 completely different things. That's exactly why I built AI Master Pro. It's your all-in-one hub that bridges this gap. Instead of trying to remember the 5-box framework or wondering if you're using the right prompt structure, you get 300 plus ready-to-use prompts specifically designed for real business scenarios. These aren't generic templates. They're proven prompts, follow the exact framework I just showed you. But it goes deeper than prompts. You get the complete AI Foundation course with bite-sized lessons that actually make sense, plus my AI tools that let you practice these concepts hands-on. And here's what I love most. Every week, you get curated AI updates, so you're never behind on what's new, whether it's GPT-5 or whatever OpenAI releases next. Think of AI Master Pro as your home base for everything AI. One place, constantly updated, with a community of people actually getting results. Because here's the truth, AI is moving fast, and scattered YouTube tutorials aren't gonna keep you current. Links below if you want to join. Now watch how GPT-5 not only analyzes the data, but creates charts, identifies patterns, and gives strategic recommendations. This is what separates GPT-5 from earlier versions. It's not just generating text anymore, it's thinking through problems, analyzing data, and providing business intelligence. Let's talk about the foundation of everything we'll do today, the 5-box prompting framework. This is how professionals structure every single interaction with GPT-5. And once you internalize this, your results will dramatically improve. Box 1, raw. Always tell ChatGPT who it should be. Not just, you are helpful, be specific. You are a senior marketing strategist who specializes in B2B SaaS companies. You are a financial analyst with expertise in startup valuations. You are a copywriter who has written high-converting sales pages for Fortune 500 companies. The more specific the role, the better the output. The role isn't just about expertise, it's about perspective. When I assign ChatGPT the role of a venture capitalist, it evaluates business proposals differently than when it's a marketing director or an operations manager. Each role brings different priorities, concerns, and frameworks for decision making. Here's an example of how role specifically changes everything. Generic role, you are a business advisor. Specific role, you are Sarah Chen, a former McKinsey partner who now advises Series B startups in the fintech space. You have 12 years of experience in strategic consulting and have personally worked with over 200 startups. You're known for your direct communication style and data-driven approach to problem solving. The difference in output quality is night and day. The specific role produces responses that sound like they come from a real person with real experience, not a generic AI assistant. Box 2, task. What exactly do you want ChatGPT-5 to do? Write, analyze, create, optimize, be clear and specific. Don't say, help me with my presentation. Say, create a 10-slide presentation outline for a Series A fundraising pitch. But here's where most people stop thinking. They define the task, but not the success criteria. Here's a better task definition. Create a 10-slide presentation outline for a Series A fundraising pitch that focuses on market opportunity, traction metrics, and team credentials. The goal is to secure a $5 million investment from Tier 1 VCs within 45 days. I'm gonna show you exactly how this works in practice. I'm gonna jump into the prompt creator right now and build this prompt live. Watch how it guides me through each box. Role, task, context, constraints, and format. See how it structures everything. No guesswork, no trial and error. ChatGPT understands now not just what to create, but why it's being created and what success looks like. This context shapes every recommendation. Box 3, context. This is where most people fail. Give GPT-5 the background it needs. What's the situation? Who's the audience? What's the goal? The more context you provide, the more targeted the response will be. Context isn't just situational information. It's the strategic backdrop that makes everything else make sense. Here's poor context. We need to improve our marketing. Rich context. We're an 18-month-old B2B SaaS company with 150 customers and $800,000 sales ARR. We've relied on founder-led sales, but we're hitting a scaling wall. Our average deal size is $5,000 annually, sales cycle is 45 days, and our main competitors are established players with 10x our marketing budget. We need to shift to scalable marketing that generates qualified leads for our inside sales team. This level of context allows GPT-5 to make strategic recommendations that fit your specific situation, constraints, and goals. Box 4, constraints. Set boundaries. Word count, tone, format, specific requirements, what to avoid, keep it under 500 words. Use a conversational tone. Include specific examples. Avoid technical jargon. But constraints aren't just limitations. They are creative parameters that focus output. They're smart constraints. Write in the style of a Harvard Business Review case study. Include exactly 3 strategic options with pros and cons for each. Use real company examples when possible. Avoid buzzwords like synergy or disruption. Target word count, 1,200, 1,500 words. These constraints don't limit creativity. They channel it toward precisely what you need. Box 5. Format. How do you want the output structured? Bullet points, numbered lists, paragraphs, tables, specific headings. Be explicit about the format you need. Format isn't just about appearance, it's about usability. If I need something I can present to executives, I will specify format as an executive brief with an executive summary, 3 main recommendations with supporting data, implementation timeline, and resource requirements. Use clear section headings and bullet points for easy scanning. If I need something for implementation, I will specify this. Format as a step-by-step action plan with specific tasks, responsible parties, deadlines, and success metrics. Include a checklist format for easy tracking. The 5-box framework ensures that every prompt gives ChatGPT-5 everything it needs to produce exactly what you want, exactly the format you need for exactly the purpose you have in mind. Now, ChatGPT is amazing at generating ideas and writing content, but here's the thing. If you're serious about scaling your content game, you need the right tools to turn that AI power into actual results. That's where today's sponsors come in, and honestly, they are perfect timing for this conversation. Let me show you what I mean. Content Studio is basically your AI-powered command center for social media. Instead of jumping between 10 different apps, everything happens in one place. Their AI content library gives you ready-to-use posts that actually match your brand voice. No more generic AI fluff. Plus, their AI writing assistant has these preset prompts that take your rough ideas and turn them into engaging captions for X, Instagram, whatever platform you're on. But here's my favorite part. Their AI image generator creates visuals from simple text descriptions. So you type modern workspace with natural lighting, and boom, you get brand-aligned images that don't look like stock photos. The hashtag generator is pretty smart too. Analyzes trending hashtags and suggests ones that actually boost engagement, not just random popular tags. For the long-form content side, Content Pen handles your blog creation from start to finish. You literally just enter your website URL, and it does keyword research, writes SEO, optimized articles in your brand tone, adds relevant images, and even handles internal linking. Their bulk creation feature is a game changer if you need to publish multiple articles at once. Content Studio and Content Pen are supported in this video, but I genuinely think they solve the what do I do after GPT-5 gives me ideas problem perfectly. Both tools offer free trials, so there's zero risk to try them out. Content Studio gives you full access to experience that 10x faster social media management with intelligent automation. Content Pen lets you generate free articles to see exactly how this works. You go from a simple idea to published SEO optimized content that's perfectly adapted to your target geographies. Links are in the description, definitely worth checking out if you want to automate your content workflow. Now let me show you some advanced prompting techniques that will take your GPT skills to the next level. First, role play forcing. This is when you push GPT into a specific character and keep it there throughout the conversation. I will start a new chat and prompt. You are David, a senior UX researcher at Apple with 12 years of experience in mobile interface design. You have strong opinions about user experience and you're known for your direct feedback. You're reviewing a mobile app design. Stay in character throughout our entire conversation. Respond to everything as David would, using first person and maintaining this personality consistently. Now, when I show GPT-5 design or ask questions, responds as David, not as generic ChatGPT. This creates consistency and gives you expertise from specific perspective. Second technique, nested prompts with step-by-step reasoning. This is powerful for complex decisions or analysis. Here's how I structure it. I need you to help me decide whether to launch a new product line. First, analyze the market opportunity and give me your initial assessment. Wait for my confirmation before moving to step 2. Step 2 will be competitive analysis. Step 3 will be financial projections. Step 4 will be risk assessment. Step 5 will be your final recommendation. Only do step 1 now. This breaks complex analysis into manageable chunks and lets me guide the conversation at each step. Third technique, style mirroring. This is incredible for content creation. I'll paste a sample of my writing and say, this is how I write. Study the tone, sentence structure, vocabulary, and style. Now, write a similar piece about AI productivity tools, matching my style exactly. GPT-5 will analyze the patterns in your writing and mirror them perfectly. Fourth technique, chain of thought prompting for complex reasoning. When I need ChatGPT-5 to work through a difficult problem, I structure it like this. I need you to solve this pricing strategy problem. Show me your complete thought process. First, list all the factors you need to consider. Then walk through each factor step by step. Show me how you weight each factor, then show me how you arrive at your final recommendation. I want to see your reasoning at every step. This forces ChatGPT to think through problems methodically instead of jump into conclusions. Fifth technique, perspective prompting. This is brilliant for getting multiple viewpoints on the same issue. I'll prompt, analyze this marketing campaign from 3 different perspectives. First, respond as a CMO focused on ROI and business metrics, then respond as a creative director focused on brand impact and messaging. Finally, respond as a data analyst focused on measurement and optimization. Give me distinct insights from each perspective. Sixth technique, constraint-based creativity. When I need creative output, I actually give ChatGPT more constraints, not fewer. Write a product description for this software tool. It must be exactly 150 words. Include the word breakthrough once, efficiency twice, and seamless once. Use short sentences, no sentence longer than 15 words, end with a call to action question. The constraints force creativity within boundaries. Seventh technique, iterative refinement. Instead of trying to craft the perfect prompt upfront, I start simple and build complexity through conversation. Write a product launch email, then make it more urgent, then add social proof, then include a limited time offer. Each refinement builds on the previous version. These techniques transform ChatGPT-5 from a simple text generator into a sophisticated thinking partner that can handle complex business challenges. Now let's talk about the features that make ChatGPT a genuine business game changer. These aren't just cute add-ons, they are productivity multipliers that can legitimately transform how you work. When I'm working on any document, blog posts, proposals, reports, scripts, I can have GPT-5 make inline edits, suggest revisions, and iterate on content in real time. Let me show you how this works. I'll start with a rough draft of a client proposal. Now I can highlight any section and ask GPT-5 to rewrite it for clarity, adjust the tone, add supporting data, or completely restructure the argument. The changes appear in line, and I can accept or reject each suggestion. But here's the powerful part. GPT-5 maintains context across all edits. If I change the pricing in section 3, it automatically updates references to pricing in sections 1 and 7. If I adjust the project timeline, it recalculates deliverable dates throughout the document. This isn't just editing, it's intelligent document management. Canvas also has version history, so you can see every change made and revert to previous versions if needed. I use this constantly when working on complex documents where I want to experiment with different approaches while preserving my original work. The collaboration features are incredible for team projects. Multiple people can work on the same document simultaneously, with GPT-5 helping resolve conflicts and maintain consistency in tone and style. It's like having a writing coach that ensures everyone's contributions fit together seamlessly. GPT-5 can now handle complex datasets and create visualizations without any technical setup. I'll upload this customer survey data, a CSV with 3,000 responses across 25 questions. Now I'll prompt, analyze this survey data, identify the top 5 insights that would be most valuable for product development. Create visualizations for each insight. Highlight any correlations between customer satisfaction and feature usage. Present everything in a format suitable for a product team meeting. Watch what happens. GPT-5 processes the data, identifies patterns, creates charts and graphs, and presents actionable insights. This is work that used to require data analysts and visualization tools. Now it's a 30-second conversation. But the real power comes from GPT's ability to handle multiple data sources simultaneously. I can upload sales data, customer support tickets, website analytics, and survey responses, then ask GPT-5 to identify relationships across all datasets. It will spot patterns that would take human analysts weeks to discover. The statistical analysis capabilities are sophisticated too. GPT-5 can perform regression analysis, identify statistical significance, and even recommend appropriate statistical tests for your specific data and research questions. Explains its methodology clearly, so you understand exactly how it reached its conclusions. Quick side note, if you want the exact prompts I'm using for this financial analysis and 300 plus more like them, they're all waiting for you inside AI Master Pro. I'll put the link below, but let's keep going with more advanced techniques. Task automation through structured conversations. This is where ChatGPT-5 gets really interesting for business applications. I can set up recurrent tasks and have ChatGPT-5 manage them through ongoing conversations. For example, I'll create a daily briefing system. I'll prompt, every morning, I want you to create a brief for my team. Pull key information from these sources, industry news related to AI and marketing, any updates from our competitors, trending topics in our target market, and a summary of yesterday's key metrics from our dashboard. Format this as a 5-minute read with clear sections and action items. Save this as a template we can use daily. Now, GPT-5 has the framework to generate daily briefings automatically. I can refine the template, adjust the sources, or modify the format, and it maintains consistency across all future briefings. I've set up automated workflows for client reports, social media content calendars, and even performance reviews. The key is creating detailed templates that GPT-5 can follow consistently while adapting to new information and changing circumstances. Multimodality for business applications. ChatGPT handles text, images, data, and even video content in a single conversation. This is incredibly powerful for marketing or content creation. I will upload a product photo and prompt, using this product image, create a complete social media campaign. Generate copy for LinkedIn, Twitter, and Instagram posts. Suggest optimal posting times and hashtag strategies. Create different versions for different buyer personas. Also analyze the image composition and suggest improvements for future product photography. GPT-5 analyzes the visual elements, understands the product positioning, and creates platform-specific content that aligns with each social media platform's best practices. The image analysis capabilities go far beyond basic object recognition. GPT-5 can analyze composition, color theory, emotional impact, and brand consistency. It can identify potential copyright issues, suggest improvements for accessibility, and even recommend optimal cropping for different platforms. But here's something most people miss. ChatGPT-5 can also analyze your website performance using screenshots. I'll upload a screenshot of a landing page and prompt, analyze this landing page for conversion optimization. Identify the top 3 elements that are likely reducing conversions, suggest specific improvements for the headline, call to action, and overall layout. Provide A/B testing recommendations. The analysis is sophisticated and actionable, equivalent to hiring a conversion optimization consultant. GPT-5 considers user psychology, conversion best practices, and industry benchmarks to provide recommendations that can genuinely improve performance. Video analysis is equally impressive. Upload a product demo video, and GPT-5 can create transcripts, identify key moments, suggest improvements to pacing and messaging, and even generate social media clips from the longer content. While it doesn't directly integrate with every tool, it can generate the content, analysis, and strategic direction that you then implement across your systems. For example, I can have GPT-5 create detailed project plans that I copy into Asana, generate social media content that I schedule in Buffer, or create email sequences that I load into MailChimp. The key is using GPT-5 as the strategic brain that feeds optimized content into your execution tools. But the integration goes deeper than simple copy-paste. GPT-5 can format outputs specifically for different platforms. Need a project plan for Asana? It will format tasks with the right structure and include estimated time requirements. Need content for social media? It will optimize character counts, suggest optimal posting times, and include relevant hashtags for each platform. I've developed workflows where GPT-5 creates content packages, a blog post with social media promotion, email newsletter, and LinkedIn article, all perfectly coordinated and optimized for each platform's unique requirements. ChatGPT with o3 was already coders' best friend, but GPT-5 is in a whole new level when it comes to coding. Sam Altman flat out calls it the best model in the world at coding. If you are into coding, here are some highlights of GPT-5's upgrades. Better understanding of instructions. Follows detailed requirements more faithfully. You can specify a certain architecture or library, and GPT-5 will use it. Longer code handling. Thanks to that large context, GPT-5 can keep track of a big code base, can read multiple files or a long code file and reason about it as a whole. Improved debugging and explaining. It is more effective at finding bugs in a code and suggesting fixes. It's also great at explaining code, helpful for code review or learning. Tool use can utilize the advanced code interpreter, now called advanced data analysis in ChatGPT, more effectively for running code, meaning can actually execute and test the programs it writes when in that mode. Agentic actions in coding not only writes code, but if you allow it, ChatGPT can run a sequence of tool calls, like calling an API, fetching documentation, etc., to complete a coding task. It's more autonomous in figuring out how to get the job done, not just writing code blindly. I decided to put GPT-5 to the test by asking it to create a simple web app. My prompt: create a simple to-do list web app with user login in dark mode. Use HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and explain how to deploy it. GPT-5 took a few seconds thinking, then boom, it produced the HTML, CSS, and JavaScript code for a to-do app. It even included comments explaining each part. It also gave instructions at the end. You can save these files and open the HTML in a browser. To add login, you'd normally need a server, but here's a simple simulation, etc. The code wasn't 100% production ready security-wise, but it worked when I tried it. I simply copied the code into files and opened the page. There was my to-do app with a dark mode toggle. This was done with one prompt. Previously, I might have had to iterate with the AI or fix things manually, but GPT-5 handled it in one shot. Ever wished ChatGPT had a bit more personality? GPT-5, it does. OpenAI added a personalities feature that lets you choose the style in which ChatGPT responds. There are 4 preset personas so far: cynic, robot, listener, and nerd. Each one tweaks the tone and attitude of GPT-5's answers. By default, if you choose nothing, GPT-5 has a balanced, neutral but helpful tone, the default personality. But if you want to spice things up or tailor the assistant's style to the context, say using cynic for a tongue-in-cheek take, or listener for counseling, you can. You can select these in settings, and it's easy to switch back if you don't like one. The personalities are opt-in and adjustable anytime, so you won't get sarcasm unless you explicitly choose it. I decided to try the different personalities by asking the same question in 4 modes. The question: give me tips on improving my public speaking. In default normal mode, GPT-5 gave a very balanced answer, organized tips about practice, knowing your audience, using body language, etc. in a professional tone. I switched to cynic and asked again. This time the answer started with record yourself, then survive the cringe, with a witty, somewhat sarcastic flavor. It still offered tips, but with tongue-in-cheek comments like slow down before you accidentally rap. Next, robot persona. The reply was succinct and blunt. First, know your material well. Second, record and watch yourself. Third, use simple words. It felt like bullet points from a hyper-efficient AI, which is actually useful if you want just the facts. Finally, listener persona. The tone here was very encouraging. If you want, I can give you a short daily drill that will build public speaking confidence fast. It was supportive and even used a bit of personal touch and style. There's also a fun cosmetic touch. You can change the chat theme color for each conversation. It's a minor thing, but helps visually organize or just personalize your chats. Maybe red for urgent work queries, green for personal learning, etc. It's nice to see OpenAI making the interface more user-friendly and customizable. Another transformative upgrade with GPT is how it can act more like true personal assistant, thanks to new integrations with external apps and smoother agent abilities. The first wave of this is integration with Google services, starting with Gmail, Google Calendar, and Contacts. If you're a ChatGPT Pro user, you can now link these accounts, and GPT-5 will automatically use them when relevant. What does this mean in practice? Ask do I have any meetings Friday? And it will look at your calendar and answer. Say, draft an email to my client thanking them for the meeting. And we'll compose a message, maybe even pull in details from that meeting's notes, if available. Beyond Google Apps, the architecture suggests more connectors will come, perhaps Microsoft 365, Trello, Slack, or other productivity tools. So GPT-5 could become a hub that ties all your info together. ChatGPT is moving in the direction of being an AI agent that doesn't just chat, but takes actions to help you get stuff done. With GPT-5, it's much better at actually completing each step and letting you know what it's doing. You can use built-in tools, like browsing, code execution, calculators, in sequence without fumbling. For example, I gave GPT-5 a task. Find the latest population of Canada, put it into a bar chart comparing it to the US population, and email me the chart. Ambitious, right? Here's what happened. GPT-5 searched the web for latest population figures. It cited World Bank data. It found. It then wrote some Python code using the advanced data analysis tool to create a bar chart of Canada versus USA populations. It actually executed the code, generated a chart image, and showed it to me in the chat. Then it drafted an email. Subject population chart, body text describing the chart, and mentioned it would send the chart TNG file. Since I hadn't Gmail linked, it asked for confirmation like, to email it to you, I need to open your email service and attach the chart. This was mind-blowing. I basically gave one command that spanned web research, coding, and email, and GPT-5 orchestrated it all. It truly felt like a personal assistant who knew how to use the computer on my behalf. I share some advanced techniques that separate the real power users from everyone else. First, conversation management for massive context windows. GPT-5 has enormous context windows, but you need to organize your conversations strategically. I use section headers to break up long conversations. When I'm working on complex project, I'll prompt starting new section competitive analysis and then starting new section pricing strategy. This helps GPT-5 maintain context while keeping related topics grouped together. I also use summary checkpoints. Every 20 to 30 exchanges, I'll prompt. Summarize everything we've covered so far in this conversation, highlighting key decisions and action items. This creates reference points that GPT-5 can refer back to later in the conversation. Second, template systems for consistent outputs. I've built a library of proven prompt templates for common business tasks. Here's my template for client onboarding. You are a business consultant specializing in industry. A new client, client name and sector, needs help with specific challenge. Their budget is budget range and timeline is timeline. Create a comprehensive project proposal including scope, deliverables, timeline, and pricing. Use a professional but warm tone appropriate for client-size companies. I save these templates and just fill in the brackets for each new project. This ensures consistency while saving time. Third, performance optimization through input quality. The single biggest factor in GPT-5's output quality is the quality of your inputs. I've developed a checklist I run through before sending any important prompt. Is my role assignment specific and relevant? Is my task clearly defined with measurable outcomes? Have I provided sufficient context about the situation, audience, and goals? Are my constraints clearly specified? Have I defined the exact format I want? This 30-second checklist dramatically improves output quality. GPT-5 is different. It's the first AI tool I trust to handle mission-critical business tasks without constant supervision. Think of ChatGPT-5 as the ultimate force multiplier. It doesn't replace expertise, it multiplies it. A good strategist becomes a great strategist with GPT-5. Creative writer becomes exponentially more productive. Data analyst can handle projects that would normally require a team. The companies that understand this first are going to dominate their markets. Not because they have access to better AI, everyone has access to the same tools, but because they know how to integrate AI into their operations in a way that creates sustainable competitive advantages. Here are your immediate action steps. First, upgrade to GPT-5 Plus today. The $20 monthly investment pays for itself in the first hour of serious use. The free tier is too limited for professional applications. Stop treating this like an experiment and start treating it like the business tool it is. Second, start using the 5-box prompting framework immediately. Role, task, context constraints format. Practice this until it becomes automatic. This single change will 10x your results. I want you to write out the 5 boxes for every important prompt until it becomes second nature. Third, build your template library. Identify the 5 common tasks you use AI for and create detailed prompt templates for each. Test and refine these templates until they consistently produce high-quality outputs. This is how you scale your AI usage without scaling your effort. Fourth, pick one workflow to master completely. Don't try to revolutionize everything at once. Choose either content creation, data analysis, or strategic planning, and become genuinely expert using GPT-5 for that specific domain. Master one area completely before expanding to others. Fifth, document everything. Keep a record of your best prompts, most effective techniques, and successful workflows. Build your own GPT playbook. This becomes your competitive intelligence, the processes that separate you from everyone else who's just casually using AI. Sixth, if you want to see how to build specialized AI assistants for specific business functions, check out my new video, Build GPT-5 Study Agent in 10 minutes, where I show you exactly how to create domain-specific AI assistants that remember your preferences and deliver consistent results. But let me give you a deeper strategic framework for thinking about AI in your business. There are 3 levels of AI adoption. Level 1, task replacement. Using AI to do things you already do, just faster. This is where most people stop. They use ChatGPT to write emails or create basic content. Level 2, process enhancement. Using AI to improve how you do things. This is where you start seeing real productivity gains. You redesign workflows to take advantage of AI capabilities. Level 3, strategic transformation. Using AI to do things you couldn't do before. This is where the real competitive advantages emerge. You identify entirely new capabilities that AI makes possible. Most businesses are still at level 1. The winners will be the ones who reach level 3 fastest. If you found value in today's ChatGPT-5 breakdown, AI Master Pro is your logical next step. It's where theory becomes practice, where you get the prompts, tools, and weekly updates to stay ahead of the AI curve. Check the link below. I've put something special for viewers of this video, but don't wait too long. AI moves fast, and so should you. The future isn't human versus AI. It's human plus AI versus everyone else. Make sure you are on the winning side.